Good evening, everyone. If we can just do a quick sound check. If you can hear me, could you just say yes, or I can hear you, or what accent is that? Anything to the effect to indicate that your audio sensory activities are fully functional. All right, awesome. Okay, so guys, today is a very, very exciting webinar for the very simple reason that you guys get to walk through how the INFINii Marketplace works, how you refer vendors into it, how they get to go ahead and upload their items, and so on and so forth. And to walk you guys through all of this, we have our staff members, Nikki and Parish, who you all probably know. You've gone through their training in terms of Amazon training in Prime level. You have probably attended webinar trainings with them already, and you have probably seen them on social media, very active, sharing what amazing things are happening with them and their teams as well. So I'm going to actually just pass this on over to them because I know we are all excited to get through the actual core fun stuff. So Nikki and Parish, making you guys the presenter. Please go ahead, share your screen, and walk us through everything.
Hey, can you guys hear us?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right, awesome. Well, first of all, good evening, everyone, and welcome. What we want to do is go over this fantastic thing called the INFINii Marketplace. And I'm excited about this. I know Nikki's excited about this. I mean, the whole corporate staff is excited about it because we're getting ready to bring something to you guys that you probably are not really going to be ready for. And what the marketplace is it's basically Amazon on steroids times 10. Okay. So if you're ready for that, then we'll get started.
Okay, and guys, before you fully dive into this, and everybody's excited to get going, and we're getting hundreds of yes. So, all right, let me just give you very quick background, about 30 seconds of it. The whole purpose of the marketplace is for you to be able to refer vendors who can then sell their items to all of our members, and also at the same time gives a place for our members to go and sell from. Now, as you know, it's no secret that you can sell things on Amazon, eBay, and places like that, right? Everybody knows that. Is there anybody on this call who does not know that you can sell on Amazon and eBay? Pretty sure everybody knows that. So the problem is basically a very simple thing. Everybody has the same question. What do I sell and how much can I make selling those things? How do I find those things easily? What is the source of those items? Plus, as you've probably noticed, over the last year and a half, there has been this towards, especially by the major retailers, there's this trend where they're not so friendly about drop shipping themselves as they used to be, right? It's not a big problem right now, but there's been a trend where they've started to put a little bit more restrictions, or they're trying to get a little bit more savvy towards, look, you can't do this. So it became very obvious that we needed to evolve beyond just teaching people how to sell. We have to go into also getting you the products, getting you the full ecosystem where you can come in, you can get the products, you can go list those items, and your items are tracked for you and everything. And the whole thing is done in one simple ecosystem as a whole. Because quite honestly, over time, training becomes worthless, right? It becomes common knowledge. Just like everybody now knows that you use search engines to find things, and local stores are listed there. The same way that you can sell items on e-commerce platforms is kind of common knowledge and will become even more common. So keeping all those things in mind, try to grasp the full purpose of what all the marketplace is achieving at the same time. Nikki and Parish are going to walk through all of those things, and then I'm going to walk through some technical updates related to this, like your sign up, your sign-in information, how you're going to get in there, and so on and so forth. So Nikki, Parish, the stage is yours. Please run with it.
All right. So as a member, what you can expect from the marketplace is a place where you can find competitive pricing I'm sorry, can you guys hear me?
Now we can. We couldn't hear you when you stopped talking.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not what happened. hit the mic. So, all right, a place where you can find competitive pricing to sell your items. Okay.
It's an interesting place that you can, another platform that you can find additional items, additional ways to source items in a manner that you don't really have access to right now. A lot of times if you're going to be a wholesaler, these companies require that you meet all of these strict requirements. And what INFINii has done for you is we've done all that work in the background on some of these really, really major suppliers and have brought them to you in a manner of speaking, so that INFINii has gone to them and said, hey, look, we're a network of like-minded professionals. We all want to partake of your product. So now we're not having to have individual sellers have to meet these crazy thresholds to even be considered to sell these products. We can collectively go to these manufacturers and bring them to you all.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's really exactly it. Let's face it, our members have done really well selling third-party products, doing retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, finding those few and far between manufacturers that you found overseas through Alibaba and so on and so forth. And we've done pretty well doing that, to the tune of I believe it's over 300 million in profits. So, I mean, we're really good at what we do. But what we're doing with the marketplace is we're taking it one step further. Imagine if you can get those items, or you could find those items, or have the ability to source those items, and you're getting them at manufacturer's pricing. Just think, you're buying a third party now, and now you can get those items at manufacturer's pricing. What does that equate to in profits? Just think about it. If we've done over 300 million already, just let that sink in for a little bit.
Compare it to a lot of the people who are doing arbitrage right now, wholesaling right now, and they're actually going to a Walmart, a Target, wherever, and they're still able to make profits from these items. Once again, we're able to bring you these items without that middleman, without that extra overhead. So with that being said, you want to jump into
how to
use this as a customer?
Let's take them inside. Take you for a ride.
Take you for a ride. All right, guys. So this is what the INFINii Marketplace looks like from a customer perspective. Even though you are members, when it comes to the marketplace, you now are the customer. All right. The vendors, the manufacturers, suppliers you're taking your role basically. So this is a B2B model. It's a business to a business. You are a business, and we have businesses selling you their products. So this is what you'll see when you actually log in. All right. So, you'll have the rotating banner at the top. Guys, this will continue to fluctuate. It'll continuously update. When you come down, you'll have some products that you can look at. Of course, when you go down a little bit further, you'll have some categories. So let's just jump into a few of the categories that we already have products listed out there in. It's the same products that you're going to find on Amazon, on, Walmart, wherever. You've got baby products, beauty products, home and garden, office, health, electronic accessories, parties, sports. Guys, everything is out here, okay? And this is just, the very, very beginning,
This
all right?
is just the beginning.
Absolutely. So if tomorrow morning, there's going to be a ridiculous amount of items in there. Once we get vendors in there tonight, once again, there's going to be a tremendous amount of items in there. But let's just dig into a couple of them right now, just to give you some insight. Of course, anybody who's been to a local event, you've probably seen this hat rolling around. So let's just show you how this is going to look. So when we click into that particular category, of course, just like any other website, we've got subcategories. We've got some DS domination gear in there. We've got our INFINii gear. So if we click in there now, we see all of the products that we have available under this particular category. All right. When we start to dig into them and actually click on one of the listings, you're going to get more details. All right. Now, this should look fairly similar to pretty much a lot of the e-commerce sites that are out there right now. You've got your images, you've got your additional images, you can scroll over those. You've got your options, so you can drop down. You're going to have the options, to pick this in various sizes and colors. It'll tell you if it's in stock. It can be shipped globally. There's no ratings, of course, just yet. Why? Because we're just launching. It'll tell you how much this particular vendor has in stock. It'll give you a brief description of it down here, give you the weight, all the pertinent information that you need to make the proper decision. All right. If you come up here, you've got the store name. You can easily, just like any other site, click on that and it'll take you to, once again, all the products that this particular vendor has in their inventory. All right. So let's go back down and go back to categories. Let's see if we want to, how about a book? You want to look for a book?
Yeah, let's look at a book.
Alrighty, so if we go into books, look over here. We've got some educational books that are out there. And guys, remember, this is just the very beginning. All right, INFINii Market has not launched to the masses yet. So we're working with limited supplies of vendors that have been able to get in early. All right, and that was our test. And we've got more and more and more coming in there. All right, so I mean, just
there'll be more vendors in there than you guys can go through.
And we're going to go over that in a minute as well. So
yeah, we are.
All right. So, just going through here, of course, I mean, you see what some of the products that we already have access to. And, just like anything, you have to do that research, because one of the key pieces of using this system is you have to know, not the system, but using the marketplace is you have to know how to attack these products. All right. I'm going to go back to the home screen right quick.
Well, let's just go into the home screen. I'm just going to say one thing really quick. This does not take place of any of the training in your back office. You still have to use that training to find these products. Okay, we're bringing all of this. We're bringing this universe to you, but you still have to do the research to find it. So don't think that this is just a click it and go get it and it's going to go. You still have to do your research. You still have to apply the rules and the training that you've already learned. And if you haven't learned it, it's in your back office.
Absolutely. So let's go over to a few ways that you as a customer should be approaching the marketplace. All right. So there's 3 big ways that you should be approaching the marketplace. The first one, of course, drop shipping.
Yeah, definitely drop shipping.
Drop shipping. This is going to be, and hey, look, right on the screen. Oh, let's go back to that one. All right. Drop shippable products in one spot, guys. There's going to be a link, or excuse me, not a link, a checkbox that the vendors can click off on their products to say whether or not their inventory can be drop shipped. What does drop ship mean? If you don't know what drop ship means by now, I don't know how you got on this webinar, but these vendors are going to have the options to sort their inventory as to whether they're drop shippable or if they can be sold in bulk, if there's free shipping. I know we've had some questions already coming through the site asking if there's free shipping on some of these. So the vendors, that's totally going to be up to the vendors. All right. But this drop shippable products is going to be huge. Why? Because you can take these products and instantly list them on Amazon, on eBay, on Bonanza. And what will happen is when that customer makes a purchase, you can easily just come back to your INFINii Market, place that order, and it's done. I mean, how easy is that?
Okay. Now I said no, set it and forget it, but in this case,
that's just one aspect. That's just one aspect, of course. So that's one way that you can use the INFINii Market. Now, keep this in mind. Not every product is going to be drop shippable. Yes. Why? Because this is not just a drop shipping platform. This is a B2B platform. We're bringing products to you. So not everything is going to be able to be drop shipped. I know there's one in here. Bam, there we go. There's going to be bulk items. Okay. And what happens in the bulk items is you should look at these items as ways to fill your FBA inventory up. Okay. Fill your
e-commerce store inventory up, not
Absolutely.
Just FBA.
Absolutely. If you're not afraid of mailing from your house, this is the perfect avenue for you. You know, whenever you buy from wholesalers, a lot of times you have to get it shipped to your house. And then at that point, you make the determination as far as what you want to do with that particular inventory. Remember, in INFINii Market, we're bringing to you from top to bottom. So not only do you have drop shipping items, you also have items in bulk. Just like any other bulk warehouse, the more you buy at one time, normally the bigger the discount. And why is that? Because the manufacturer does not have to split a master cased pack into little tiny pieces to send you 1 or 2. Okay. They would just send you the entire shipment out there. Okay. So of course, bulk items are going to be bigger discounts. And guess what? You're going to be able to search through the inventory by the bulk items.
That's
all right.
Correct.
We're getting a lot of questions in the chat about.
Hey guys, can I say something really quick? So I would suggest not putting your questions in yet, because the way the chat works here is all the other comments that come after you, your questions will get buried. So take notes with a paper and pen if you would like, the very old school things like that. But take notes during what Nikki and Parash are presenting, and then in the end, you can ask all your questions, and that way we can actually answer them. We just don't want to miss your questions. So maybe wait until they're done, and then we will answer all the questions. I just don't want you guys to post a question and then it to get lost. And Nikki, if you don't mind, if you just scroll down a little bit, I'm pretty sure the item on the right side right there, the baby dumbbell set,
Yes.
that right there is a very good example that can probably show how a bulk product works, because this is a product that you could buy as a case, and then you can sell it on Amazon and eBay, wherever you want, and you would be paying about, I think, $5 to $6 for the product for each unit, and they're selling between $18 and $30 on Amazon and eBay. So that's a good example of something that's not extremely expensive, that you can get in, it's selling fast, and you can just go and list it out there. So maybe show a couple examples as well, but I'm going to mute myself and you guys going.
Well, let me, because you brought that up, I'm going to go ahead and open this because I actually have that one up as an example. So guys, this one's actually on the site right now and is ready for people to purchase, whenever everyone gets in there. So this is what Hitesh was talking about, the Buff Baby Dumbbell. This particular item is sold in bulk, meaning you cannot split the actual cased pack from the manufacturer. So it comes in a pack of 12. So you'll get 12 individually wrapped items in one big box. So that's why you have this larger price. All right. So for $63.61, I've already done the research on this one. So 12 units, you're going to be you're going to be obtaining these all at $5.30 a piece. Let me switch over to Amazon right quick. All right. Hopefully you guys can see my Amazon screen.
Can you guys see the screen?
No, yeah. I think you have a different screen up. You'll need to drag it over to the side.
There we go. Is that better?
Yep.
All right.
Alrighty. So let me just go back to that other screen right quick. So we went up to, we have on the INFINii Market, we have this item already up there. It's the Buff Baby Dumbbell pack of 12. It's for $63.61. It's going to be the lowest price you're going to grab on this thing. All right. If we go over to Amazon, Amazon is currently selling this thing for $29.99. All right. $29.99 just for that, just for a single pack of these things. And if we go down, of course, we always want to look at the rank. This bad boy is ranked 29,693 in toys. That's amazing. That means this thing will fly off the shelf. All right. And speaking from experience, because we have purchased this item in the past, this thing sells out crazy fast. All right. So this is just one item of many, guys, that's out there. Okay.
Totally unrelated comment. This is why the next generation is so weak, because I grew up with a real dumbbell. So just want to point that out. Keep going.
I doubt you were picking up that dumbbell as a baby, though. Come on.
They didn't have those dumbbells in India.
Okay, so let's go back to...
Dumbbells instead.
All right, so let's go back here. And, that was just, and guys, that's just on the first page, okay? So you can go through a lot of these products. These products will rotate as we get new products in the system. You'll see different ones out there. When we were up here on this banner, a lot of these are going to show up as we're going to have queries in there. So right here under bulk, you'll be able to click this banner and it'll take you to a query of all of the bulk sales that are out there. Same thing on this particular banner. It'll take you to any of the drop shippable products and any other banners that are out there, okay? There's a lot of questions about free shipping. So remember, free shipping is pretty much up to the vendor. Not every vendor is going to be able to put out free shipping, okay? Because guys, it costs money to ship these things, So if you're buying something that's really, really light, that costs money. If you buy something that's really heavy, it costs money, regardless.
It costs more money.
It costs even more money. All right. So you have to keep that in mind. Of course, there's always going to be vendors that have minimums. If you want to get free shipping, there's a minimum. The reason for that is because they can incorporate that shipping cost into that item, So take that into consideration. There will be products that have free shipping, but there will be other products that you're going to have to pay for it. Okay. But it'll all be noted on your listing. So you're never going to be duped. You'll always see that information up front.
And also just know that the whole process behind the marketplace or one of the things that we wanted to strive for in the marketplace is getting these costs down for you, as vendors as well as consumers, as businesses or customers. We wanted to get these prices down, so we've worked really hard and very diligently, and we've done our investigations and our research to bring you the best possible product out there. And it's only going to get better, people, as we continue to move, because like I said, and like Nikki said, and like Atesh said, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of something that's going to be really great.
Absolutely. So I'm just scrolling through some of these so you can see what's out there already. And there's going to be such a large variety of products. You're going to have things. I mean, let's go over some of the categories. I mean, you know, you're going to have items all the way from clothing to tents. You know, we've got a supplier that's got some really crazy deals on tents. There's suppliers that have what's that big crazy bag? It's all over Facebook. There's this weird bag that you can wave in the air and collect the air in it,
and then you can
tie it up and lay on it. They've got these things for like $30. Okay, there's just crazy amounts of items that are out there, all the way from, you know, free shipping items, things that are going to cost you very little, all the way to higher price items like furniture and bigger ticket items. Okay, so you're going to have the whole gambit from top to bottom. So you're going to have a nice selection of products. And the great thing about this is that it's going to constantly update, because the vendors are going to be in control of their inventory. You're not waiting for one person to load everything. Each individual vendor is responsible for their inventory. They're responsible for mailing their items out. It's just an awesome platform that literally, guys, right now does not exist until INFINii Market
There's nothing like it out there right now.
It's not. It's so crazy. Every time that we've talked to other suppliers and vendors,
they're just amazed. They're like, wow, this is...
They don't believe us at first.
Yeah, which
really
is why we've been able to compile some of the manufacturers that we have that you all will get a chance to see. Wait till Q4, wait till Halloween,
Woo.
Wait till that time period, wait till the spring, the next spring and summer comes around. You guys are going to be amazed at the amount of money that you guys will be able to make
and
if
it's
you do
all
the right
in-house.
things.
And it's all in-house. That's probably the best thing about this, is that it's not open to the public. It's only open to INFINii members. Okay,
You got to be in it to win it.
There you go. You know, it's only open to INFINii members, and that's going to be the killer part there, because, you know, right now, if you're selling on Amazon, you're competing against the world, literally. Now you're going to be competing against other INFINii members, but that's not even competing. There's so many products out here. There's no saturation. There's none of that stuff, because you have so many different ways to go. You know, if your niche is outdoors, if your niche is cycling or cooking or babies, you know.
Yeah. You know what?
I was going to say maybe you collect babies, but that doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right. You know, you brought up a good point, and I'm just going to touch on this a little bit. You know, she talked about there's no competition. There's also not going to be that same competition for you as a consumer. I'm sorry, as a vendor, because we will strict guidelines of MAP and MSRP pricing. So vendors will set that MAP pricing or set that MSRP pricing, and guess what? That's what that is the lowest that those items will sell at. Nobody will be able to sell them lower, which, what does that do? That maintains the integrity of the product as well as the market for that. So this is something that doesn't exist. I mean, we've just compiled all of the things that we wanted in all of the other platforms that we've used. And we said, you know what if we can do this? And what if we had a platform that did this? What if we had a platform that did this? And we just put all that stuff together. And really, as a company, we just made this happen. And now we're bringing it to you. And this is just, it's literally crazy. I can't contain my excitement right now. I don't get excited over very many things, as you guys know, but this is exciting.
Well, I do. So
yes, you do. You're normally the one that's excited.
Well, there you go. Now you can be excited too. You know, I had something really good to say, and I totally just flew out of my head. But just because of that, I'm going to show you some other items that are going to be out in the marketplace. All right. So this was the buff baby that we went over. I pulled up a few other ones on Amazon just so you can see what we have in the marketplace now. So this particular item right here, these items actually sell individually for about, they're about 85 cents, somewhere in there. But if you buy them in bulk, of course, from INFINii Marketplace, you're gonna be able to get them for like $9.40. Okay, you can see right here, these things are selling for $21.87. If you come down, once again, I'm all about the ranks, $15,693 in toys.
That's better than the buff baby.
That is better than that buff baby. Wow. You know, so that one's absolutely crazy. Here's a couple of other ones that we have out here. Another game. This one right here is $8.99. If we look down at the rank, check that one out. 24,119 in toys. I mean, this is just crazy. You know, a lot of times you'll see us focusing on toys, not because it's always sell, but guys, toys are always good sellers. I mean, people are always buying
year-round sellers.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
They're definitely year-round.
So this particular item is going to be a little bit over $3 in the marketplace. We've got this little fluffy guy here. He's selling for $15.65 in our marketplace. He's going to be no more than $4.10.
Come on, man.
Let's check out his rank. He's a little bit higher, but that's all right. We still love his fluffy tail. We still love his fluffy tail. No problem. How many of you guys in the chat, tell us, do you know what a Shopkins is? Do you know what a Shopkins is?
Of course I know what a Shopkins is.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Parrish plays with Shopkins. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Yeah. So, guys, if you don't...
Paw Patrol, maybe.
Paw Patrol. Yeah, if you don't know what a Shopkins is, you totally will come Q4, okay? If you don't know what it is now. All right. So one of the cool things that we can provide to you in INFINii Market is the actual Shopkins manufacturer. How cool is that?
How cool is that? That's not cool. That is amazingly awesome.
Amazingly awesome.
Amazingly awesome.
There you go. It's amazingly awesome. So if you're in, well, I'm not going to say if you're into Shopkins, but if you know what Shopkins are, you know how popular these things are. If you have any granddaughters, if you have any daughters, nieces, sisters, I guarantee you they know. All right. So these things are going to be coming out really, really soon. We can give you, you want to give them a little tidbit? I try to pull we can't. Why? Because it's not released to the public yet.
Yeah, no, we can't.
But we do know that.
But we do know that we have it, and you will have
actual. It's actually being shipped to INFINii. So that's
it'll be coming to the INFINii warehouse very soon.
We actually have some Halloween Shopkins, some 2016 Halloween Shopkins, and I believe we have Christmas Shopkins as well.
And those are exclusive, by the way, folks, but you'll be able to get them in your INFINii marketplace. How about that? How about that?
Absolutely.
We've done our homework. We're really trying to bring you the absolute best.
Yes, absolutely. So that is absolutely killer. Okay, absolutely killer.
That's not the only manufacturer we have either. I mean, it's really not. That's just one of the big ones. She likes the Shopkins, but that's really not one of the bigger ones. We have some really good stuff. I mean, man, the manufacturers that we have with us as INFINii is going to blow you guys' mind. And I don't want to tell you what they are. I just want you to get into the marketplace, okay? If you're not a member and somebody invited you, get back with that person and get into the marketplace, and then you will see. I want you to be amazed at these things, at the items that you'll have at your fingertips. And you will see the pricing on these things, and you will be like, wow, no more am I going to Walmart. No more am I going to Target. No more will I shop from Amazon.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, guys. This is a game changer, and it's so interesting to be on this side. I mean, if you probably wondered why we've been kind of quiet on social media, it's because we've had our heads stuck into the
Attention's been working us. He doesn't even let us eat. I'm telling you, he's really tough.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and go back to here. All right. So once again, we've been going over from the customer standpoint, the INFINii members standpoint. This is what you all as members will be seeing when you get to log into the INFINii market.
How about the vendors?
All right, so let's jump over to probably the most important piece, which is the vendor part of it. All right, because without the vendors, we don't really have a marketplace without the vendors.
Yeah, no,
okay?
We don't. This is where the magic happens.
Absolutely.
Because the vendors bring us the products to bring to you.
There you go. All right, guys. So let's pull up the actual vendor. Matter of fact, let me minimize this other one so that I'm not competing with screens here. All right. So this is actually the back office for the INFINii market from the vendor's perspective. Okay. What's going to happen when you go to INFINii Market, and I guarantee you a lot of you all
probably gone there now during this webinar.
A lot of you have probably tried already. But remember,
gotcha.
But remember what we told you. This is only open to INFINii members. All right. So there's no place to register. There's no place to grab a login. None of that stuff. You have to be an INFINii member. The membership login information from the regular INFINii.com site has been pulled over to INFINii Market. So you're going to have the same login ID. Once again, please don't try to log in right now because the passwords have been deactivated, so you're not going to be able to get in.
You could try, but it's not going to work.
Yep. Don't try the forgot password thing either, because you're going to get a nice email that's going to say it's still locked. Okay? We thought about everything earlier. Okay. So this is what's going to happen from the vendor's side of the house. Okay. So when you go to INFINIiMarket.com, you're going to have a pop-up box that instantly logs you in, or that asks you for your login. It's broken down into customer and vendor. All right. So the other screen that we just showed you was the customer side of the house. All right. The customers, of course, have no visibility on the vendor dashboard piece of this. All right. And a lot of you on here will probably just be customers. All right. So that means you'll never really see what's in the back office of INFINii Market from the vendor's perspective. And that's totally okay. All right. But we just wanted to let you know. All right. We just wanted to let you know that this is what your vendors will be seeing.
Should we touch on a few points that the vendors that will entice the vendors?
Absolutely, yeah. So before we go into any of this stuff, let's kind of go into how to use INFINii Market from a vendor's perspective.
All right. First of all, what is the marketplace for the vendors? It's a place for them to sell their products without fear of their products' prices being raced to the bottom, okay, or below MSRP or MAP pricing. Now, what does that mean? We've all sold on Amazon or eBay, and we notice that there's a wide disparity in pricing. Okay, we also know that you'll look at some of these items that you think is going to be good. It's got that great rank, and you go pull it up, and you're like, how in the world is somebody selling it for that price? That's because somebody is dumpster dive and brought the price of that product way down. As a vendor, you do not have to worry about that. Okay? You're not going to have to worry about that happening because you set it and we keep it. It's also a place and a platform where we will draw attention to your items and also give you access to a market, to what I like to call the INFINii universe, okay? Where you'll have access to
the
INFINii universe.
We need a shirt that says INFINii universe.
We do need one. And it's going to give you access to an exclusive membership that you normally wouldn't have access to, and that is over 250,000 and growing, okay? We are an internationally based as well as nationally based company that is just doing amazing things right now. So that marketplace becomes available to you, okay? It's also a place where you can sell your products without the exaggerated fees that you're normally having to deal with now selling on the other third-party platforms. And I'm not going to get into those because guess what? It's not necessary. But those fees have been drastically reduced. So what does that mean? All these things equates to more money in your pockets. And that's what INFINii Market is all about. It's about putting more money in your vendor or a customer.
All righty. So what can some people expect from, a lot of people are excited about sending out these referral links. They can't wait. But what are some of the things that they should be thinking about before they send these referral links out? So as a member, you should still be doing a little bit of due diligence before you start sending your link out. You don't want to just blanket the whole universe with your referral link. This isn't going to be like having people join you in the regular INFINii side, on the product side, where we're training and bringing people in that way. You want to be a little bit more selective when you're going after your vendors.
Definitely. You're going to want to make sure that the vendor that you're going after is an actual vendor that has products, either physical products that they have to sell, a business license, okay, and that they're a business in all senses of the word. I mean, we have an obligation to our members to make sure that we're bringing them a real live manufacturer or a real live vendor that's going to ship their items out in a timely fashion, that's going to give them the items that they state that they are.
Absolutely. We want quality products. We want to make sure that we're putting quality items out there for our members to attack. Some of those things that you want to take in consideration are some of the categories, all right? If anybody's sold on Amazon as an FBA seller or a merchant fulfilled seller, then you know that Amazon is a little bit more, and I say a little bit very, very loosely. They're crazy, okay? They're crazy when it comes to different categories, all right? They've become super, super strict on a lot of different categories. And the reason for this, guys, is because you have fraud, you've got bootleg products out there. You know, we were talking to Kevin earlier, and we were talking about, you know, hey, we like Adidas, but we don't want the Adidas with 10 Ds in it. Okay. You know, we don't want any Nike. Yeah. We don't want to sell Nike instead of Nike. Okay. We want to be really selective in what we do. And that all pushes back onto you, the member. Okay. So you don't want to just go after people who you know are just selling random bits of fakeness.
Yeah. You don't want to go to that street vendor that's getting these imitation goods. Okay. I mean, there's a place for that, but that wouldn't be somebody that I would target. I would target a main manufacturer that you have access to, that you can show our marketplace, because again, this is not something that is like that you should be ashamed of. We're doing cutting edge. We're doing something that nobody is doing. And if you present the marketplace to any vendor in the right fashion, guess what? They're going to see the benefit for them to be a part of this.
Absolutely. They're going to see that. And then think about this. This whole past week, you know, you guys were on webinar after webinar of, you know, going over the new comp plan. You know, our comp plan was already crazy, ridiculously fabulous. Hey, there you go. All right. And now it's even better. All right. Our comp plan is even better.
Now it's crazy, ridiculous, fabulous.
There you go. All right. So including the INFINii Marketplace into your BV. All right. I know they covered this last week in the webinar. So if you missed it, check the recordings. Okay. So we're not going to go into that right now. But guys, when you refer vendors to the INFINii Market, you want to make sure that you're referring quality vendors that will sustain the test of time here. Okay. You don't want them to sell a couple of items and get booted out because they're selling Nike. Okay. You want them to sit there and continuously sell so that you can, again, collect that BB off of those sales. I mean, this platform is second to none at this point, guys. There's no one even in our range of awesomeness. Okay. I think we said awesome like 10 million times, but that's okay, because the company is awesome, the product is awesome, and now the INFINii Market is awesome. Our members are awesome. All right, guys. So make sure that the vendors that you're referring also fit into our awesomeness.
Fit into our awesomeness.
Yes, they have to fit into our awesomeness.
So now everybody has to be awesome like us. That's going to be pretty tough.
I'm getting ready to sing the Lego song.
Everything is, don't you dare.
You just did it. You didn't tell me that I can't. You just did it.
All right. So when you are looking for these vendors, okay, let's look at some requirements that they're going to need to be. All right. As of right now, we're not taking any vendors for alcohol, tobacco, or firearms. Okay. ATF. We're not taking anything for them right now. And it's not that we're not going to in the future. However, right now, we're not ready to release those. Okay. We're not going to do any sports memorabilia or requires a certificate of authenticity, because there's too many fakes and fraudulence out there. Now, that's not saying that we're not going to do it. As of right now, in this first stage, we're not going to take those. If you are a legitimate company, yeah, by all means, that doesn't mean don't send those referrals in. Just understand that getting into the marketplace will probably be in that second phase for those categories that we're saying that we're not allowing in right now. Yeah. Okay.
So that would include food as well.
That would include food as well. Okay. That's not, and we definitely intend to go there because that is a huge market. But in this first stage, that's not what we're going to be looking for.
Yep. So you can still refer those types of vendors, but just keep in mind that those vendors that are going to be selling those types of items, well, okay, not the firearms, not the alcohol, and the tobacco. Those are no-nos, period. Okay. But like things like food, things in beauty that are going to be rubbed on the body, creams, anything that's going to be ingested, that type of stuff, you can still refer those vendors, but just keep in mind it's going to take a little bit longer on the approval process for those particular vendors. Okay. We don't want to open ourselves up to anything crazy. All right. Okie dokie.
All right. Also, we need to make sure that when you are referring your vendors, that they have a CSV dump or an Excel dump of their inventory with picture URLs, okay? That's pretty important. We'll also be able to do API, but right now we're not ready to take those type of vendors that have that capability yet.
Yep.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, exactly.
Keep it simple. I mean, guys, if you have a vendor that's got a minimal amount of inventory, meaning if they've got maybe less than 50 SKUs, okay? If they're willing to input those items manually, hey, more power to them, all right? But we do have a bulk uploader that we're going to show you guys as well. And that means that if we have a CSV file, if we've got an Excel dump of their inventory, they can literally upload their items in a matter of minutes, okay? And that's going to be a huge time saver. So just make sure that you let your vendors know that is an option, okay? But once again, they do have the ability to do manual uploads, but that's just not as fun.
No, it's definitely not as fun.
All righty.
Because we've had to test both.
Yeah, absolutely. And no, Nikki does not like the manual. Okay, Carly saying Nikki likes the manual entries, not at all. Okay. So yeah, those are our basic vendor requirements. We're gonna go over the referral link and some other stuff in a little bit, but if you're ready, let's jump into the actual vendor dashboard.
Yeah, let's go. That
your vendors will see. Now, remember, if you're just a customer, you're not going to see the back of this. But this is to let you know what it's going to look like, what they can find back here, and some of the updates and stuff like that we have coming in the future, okay? So when your vendor logs in, this, of course, is the dashboard that they will see. This is their home screen that they're going to see. It's got all of your items at the top. All right, and it's got your catalog here, just a quick link to your catalog. Whenever you've got orders, returns, messages, anything like that, you're going to see that right here. You're going to have a brief, like a little snapshot, similar to the eBay, to the Bonanza, to Amazon.
Like a quick view?
Yep, like a quick view. And you're going to have any recent orders will pop down right here. So it's pretty self-explanatory, I would say, on this particular screen. It looks like a lot of other sites. It's all of your information in one slot. All right. When you look up here at the top, you've got your product options. You've got, your products. You've got, here's your bulk uploader. You've got shipping settings. If you're going to start to get product reviews, they'll be here. And you've got some RSS feeds if you've got some bloggers and some other folks out there. Under your orders, of course, you've got orders. If you have any refund requests, you do have the ability to pop in coupon codes and gift certificates as a vendor. So a lot of times when we get towards Q4, vendors want to, start to release a lot of inventory. They may put out some coupon codes. If they
got products to move.
That's right. They can give out some gift certificates. So you do have those options as a vendor as well. So you'll also have your communication right here. This is where you can correspond with your customers. So here's a whole slew of email templates. All right. So INFINii Market is not going to be continuously harassing your customers. Remember, you guys, the members, are the customers, but the vendor will be email their customers as they choose. Okay. So it'd be similar to sending a message in Amazon, eBay, wherever. Okay. So you'll be able to send those messages out, and you can actually create templates and stuff like that. And of course, if you want to mail the admin, you can do that. We've got your payment information, and we'll wait for our buddy, our pal, to go over that. And then you've got your basic account information. We don't really mess with the themes a lot. I mean, you can. That's just going to be your home page. And on that home page, I'll show you what that is. So we're back on the membership side. All right. So on this particular side, if we go to vendors, I don't want to go too fast, but on your vendor side, you'll see that there is a little section for each vendor. All right. So you'll have the vendor's name and a brief picture. So your vendors will be able to put their items up here and put their own logo, put a brief snapshot of their particular product brand, and you'll be able to come through here and sort through it this way. All right. So when we say to go through your themes are basically this screen right here. So you can kind of change some of the wording around here. You can change the colors, you can change the background, you can do all of that. Or you can just be easy and leave it white. Why not? Okay. But that's what that particular screen is. All right. So that's where you have your themes right here. Your portfolio is the same deal. You can go in there and type in messages about your products and stuff like that. All right. Let's see. Someone said my screen didn't change. Hold on. Well, that's goofy. So I just talked to myself. Hold on. Let me take that back. All right. So this is where I was telling you guys. Sorry. Let me go backwards. All right, at the bottom of the customer side, the bottom of the customer side of the house, there's a vendor option down here. If you click on that, it's going to bring up this particular page. This page right here is going to show you all of the vendors that are currently in the system, okay? And when you have that option to change your portfolio or choose a theme, this is what it's talking about, is to change this information here, all right? So you're able to update the comment or the sentence or the paragraph, however much you want to write there. You can change your logo, your image. If you click on the actual items themselves, you can, not the item, if you click on the logo itself, excuse me, this is where your theme would come into play. So you can change the colors here, you can change the text colors, you can change what it says, you can add some more comments up here, you can change the background. I mean, guys, you can change all kinds of stuff over here.
Just make your page sort of pop a little bit.
Yeah, so your vendor will have the ability to go in there and just make, customize it if they want to, or, like I said, they can leave it blank. And it'll just default. This is the default template back there anyway. All right. So hopefully you guys could see that. All right. So you'll see any of your messages down here. You can change your password, all of that good stuff. So it's really, really simple. It's really, really self-explanatory.
We designed it that way, didn't we? We designed it that way because we didn't want it to be very complicated. We didn't want a lot of questions on, how do you do this or how do you do that? We wanted to make it simple, easy, nice and clean for you all to get in there and do what you needed to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. So this is going to make it, crisp and clean. Your vendors can come in, they can get their products in there, they can find their orders. There's not a lot of extra stuff in there. Remember, this is business to business. Okay, that means we have a business selling to you, another business. We don't need a lot of bells and whistles in there because the ultimate goal is what? To sell product and get some cha-chings moving, okay? So we don't need a lot of frilly stuff. We're not gonna spend a lot of time making things, appear magically and have all these pop-ups here. No, you've got pure content. You've got only what you need. You've got this basic stuff that you need so that you, the end business, okay? The end business that you can do the time and put that effort into your storefront when you sell the product, okay? The B2B side, we don't need all those bells and whistles. We're saving those bells and whistles for, guess what? Like the INFINii stores, okay? So that you can put that on that end, all right? So let's go into this particular account. This is our INFINii Commerce account. This is where we're actually holding the INFINii gear. So like I said, if you've been to any of the local events, you would have seen some of our corporate staff in hats and the polos. We've got the coolest tote bags ever, the little blue pins. I mean, we've got all kind of stuff out there. Those hats are killer though.
Those hats are killer.
Those hats are kind of killer. All right, so let's go into the products and kind of give you an overview there. So I'm going to click on my products. Oh, goodness. And I logged myself out. Hold on. Yep, that would happen live, wouldn't it? Why not? Alrighty, let's try this again. Okay, all right, so let's go back into the products. All right, so right here we have of all of our products. All right, so this is the entire inventory list. This is what your vendors will see. Of course, we don't have that many items here for our store. We only have the items that we sell at, at our events. So we've got some polos, we've got some hats, we've got the pins, stuff like that. But you see that all of your inventory is listed right here. Really simple, really basic. We don't need to know the ranks like Amazon. We don't need to know the buy box and all that stuff. We don't need all that. We need your basic information, your image, your SKU, your product name, your quantity, your price, when you added it, and is it published. That's pretty much all you need, all right? Once we have this up, excuse me, let's actually come into one of our listings. All right, so in the particular product details for that item, all right, you've got your category options up here, all right? This is no different than any other third-party site where you list a product. You've got all of these categories, and guys, just take a look at this for a second, all right? Because on the main site, you only see categories that have active products in them. But we've got a slew of products, product categories on the back end that your vendors have access to, okay? So you've got apparel and accessories, and they're all broken down. Clothing all the way down. You've got handbags, wallets, shoes. We've got arts and crafts. We've got automotive. You've got all of your baby items, all right? We've got some beauty items, makeup, nail polish, that type of stuff. You've got your books out there, okay? You've got your company gear, of course. We've got our basic electronic accessories. We don't have anything in here for like computers. We're not going to sell anything. When we have automotive, we're not going to sell a car here. This isn't eBay Motors, all right? We're selling things that are accessible to people, all right? So when you see electronic accessories, they're more of your smaller electronic devices, all right? So we're not going to have laptops. We're not going to sell Apple MacBooks or anything like that. We're keeping it simple here, all right? Fashion jewelry is another piece. We're not going to be selling fine jewelry, okay? So if it's something that's a diamond or anything that's really super expensive, this is more fashion jewelry. These are the bracelets and the necklaces and the earrings that you can get for relatively, moderate prices.
And again, the reason being is because of that certificate of authenticity. We're not in a position to where we're ready to deal with that yet. And it will cause more problems if somebody gets a Feynman instead of a diamond. So
a what?
A Feynman.
A Feynman.
Yeah. So we just don't want to do that right now. Okay. So yeah.
A Feynman. Oh, you better not have given me any Feynmans. Now I got to go check on my jewelry.
Please, whatever. Are you kidding me?
You said it.
Don't even go there.
All right, so we've got some health. We've got dental, first aid, ear, stuff like that. Remember, we're not going to go for the pills and the weight loss stuff and all the rest of this craziness. We're going to go with basic items that are easily sold, okay? Your home and garden, this is going to be a really popular category, guys. So we've got a lot of details in here. So you've got your bath accessories, your bedding, kids bedding, just, side note, tidbit, kids bedding sells like crazy. All right. Kids furniture, kids, anything sells
Kids
like crazy.
anything.
You've got your nursery stuff, furniture, you've got your home decor. Oh, wow. I mean, we can go here for days. Kitchen and dining, lawn and garden,
Disposable
lighting.
diapers.
Oh my goodness. Hey, you could. Small appliances. All right, here's another one. Guys, we're not going to try to sell refrigerators and deep freezers and all this weird stuff here, okay? We're gonna,
Not right now.
Not right now. We're going to leave it to the small appliances, okay? That's your microwaves, your toasters, bread makers, blenders, things like that, okay? Luggage, office supplies, party supplies, a very underrated category that needs some attention. Another tidbit for you guys. Pets are huge. Pets are absolutely huge. Sports and outdoors, all right, massive right now. We've got game rooms, trampolines, water sports, winter sports. Of course, toys are always awesome. And then you've got your watches, okay? So these categories are there. They're more than accessible for you guys. Your vendors will have more than enough categories to choose from. So yeah, that's a lot. Okay. If we come down, now we're back on the product detail screen. So you have your product name, your product code, your SKUs, your description, your listing prices that are out there. Remember, in this particular site, like it's always been said from the beginning, you're going to get a discount based on your level in INFINii, okay?
Yeah, this is definitely one area where that prime surgeon Excel discounts will come into play for you all.
Absolutely. So it is accessible on the vendor side. Now, what will happen on the customer side? Let me see if I didn't log myself out of here too. On the customer side of this particular product, okay, if we're on the marketplace, all right, so I'm back on the customer side of the marketplace. Any of the prices that I see here are going to be based off of my INFINii membership level. Okay, so if you're a Prime member, you are going to see Prime prices. If you're a Surge member, you're going to automatically see Surge prices. Same thing for Excel. You're going to automatically see these different prices. Why, you may ask? Because just as usual, the higher you are up in the company as far as product level,
bigger the discount.
Of course, yeah, the bigger the discount. With the thought process of someone who is at Excel is at a level in their business where they're doing larger numbers, they're selling higher quantities of inventory, thus meaning they need access to those bigger discounts so that they can continue to expand their business. Same deal with Surge, okay? It corresponds right along with the different levels of our company training, okay? At Prime, your entry level, you're learning the business. And what do we always tell you? Once you learn that business and your profits can sustain what you're doing, you boost that right on up. That's and right. You go straight
to it and you diversify.
Exactly. And you go to Surge, you expand what you're doing, And to reward you on that, of course, we're giving you a discount on the marketplace. Of course, you're going to be able to get your hands on more inventory. You're going to be able to go crazy like that. All right. And then once again, once you've mastered Surge and you're ready to go to the Excel level, bam, now you've got an even bigger discount. Why? Because your sales should be increasing, your activity should be increasing. Thus, you have more buying power, and we're going to assist you in that by giving you a greater discount.
Yeah, you said it all. I mean, you were straining to get that out. So
All right. Let's go back to, okay. So now we're back on the product detail screen. All right. So that's what that was. If you have a particular shipping cost that's going to pertain to that particular item, you can dump that in there. You've got your handling time. That way your customers know exactly how long they have to expect that particular item. All right. One thing that is really, really cool about INFINii Market is, and INFINii period, is we're global. Okay. We're absolutely global. And you have the ability to come in here and select which countries you want to ship to, similar to how it is on eBay, how you can go in there and say, I want to ship globally, or I only want to ship, US domestic or wherever you're at. All right. So if you want to ship globally, you'll just click that button there. If you don't, you can come in here and just individually pick out which countries you can mail to. All right, you've got your product tags, similar to your keywords, things like that. They're searchable words. So when you do a search on the INFINii Market from the customer side, these are actual searchable terms. All right. If you are a vendor that requires a reseller number, guys, this is that high level type stuff, I guess you can say. The reseller number comes into play when the vendor wants to pass on that tax liability to the person that's buying from them. Then sometimes the vendor would require that reseller number. Here is that famous drop shipping button. Okay, so when vendors click this drop ship button, that means that they can ship out their individual quantities to your buyers. That's going to be killer right there. Here's this free shipping. This will, once again, it will allow that free shipping out there for anybody that, they don't want to charge you for their UPS shipping or USPS or whatever.
Offer that free shipping.
Absolutely. Now remember, this is not mandatory. So the vendor does not have to check these off. If the allow free shipping button is not checked off, guess what? When you go to your checkout page, you will see the shipping options in there. Okay. As a vendor, you do have the ability to publish now or publish later. So if your vendor wants to get through all of their inventory, make sure that their numbers are correct, load all their stuff up, they don't have to do it in one day. This is an awesome function that we really, really like, because a lot of sites don't allow you to do this. It's pretty much all or nothing, so this one will allow your vendors to go in there and work through their inventory. And that's very, very helpful, especially if people have a large amount of inventory. All right, so if you come down a little bit further, you've got your options. So in this particular category, we have the options for size and color. All right, so you can put multiple options. This is what happens that creates that drop down that we showed you on that initial, I believe it was the hat that I showed you earlier. Okay, so this is where that comes into play. So here you have the option to put, your color and your sizes, change your shirts, change your images. Okay. This additional price right here is helpful. Say sometimes people charge another $1 or $2 for the larger sizes. Maybe you're selling a toy and it comes in a single pack, and maybe you're selling in a double pack and you want to add additional money to it. So this is what that additional price is going to be. Your quantity available is going to be really, really important, because that keeps you going under. That keeps you from having this out of stock stuff. All right. So on the customer side, you will see the actual is available. All right. So it's just one more safeguard that we have in here. From a vendor perspective, we have an a reorder level. So basically, once we get down to only 5 in stock, we'll get a message from the back office saying, hey, look, it's time for you to reorder this particular item. Okay, so that's helpful from a vendor perspective. All right, so you've got your shipping weight, your length, all the rest of that stuff. This particular item we have listed quite a few times. So we've got extra small, I believe, all the way to 4X. Okay, so that's what you see in all of these. We've got the different options all the way down. All right. All of this stuff, you can modify it. Once you hit save, you're not locked into it. Just open it back up and make whatever adjustment you have. All right. So there you go. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back to our home page. Whew, it didn't log me out. Perfect. Okay. So like we said, we went to our products. And that's all of our issues right here. Our other issues. Those are all our products.
That's all of our issues.
That's all of our products right
Come on,
here.
man.
All right. So we don't have any orders in here this yet, of course, because we're launching tonight. So, but all of our products are actually out there. Let me show you the bulk uploader. So here, right in this section right here is your actual bulk uploader. If you hover over this sample CSV, you can actually download a sample file, and then all your vendor will have to do is go in there and match their inventory to those particular columns, save it as a CSV file, and then save it as a CSV file, and then come back in here to choose file and upload it. Now, you see what happens when I get excited. I start going a mile a minute. All right. So you do have the option to bulk upload. And you know what? I think that's pretty much the meat and potatoes of this bad boy at this point in time. So let me grab my little thingy over here. All right, so here's some things that you can expect. All right, well, you know what? Before we go into the expecting things, what do you guys think so far? Because this, I'm telling you what, we must have stunned some people, because this is the quietest that I've ever seen the chat.
Well, Tess asked everybody to wait, so I'm sure they got a lot of questions.
Now they're coming in. Everybody was literally just like staring at the screen with their mouths open. That's how I felt. Don't worry. We've been sitting like that for the past like 6-7 months, just every day with your mouth like, oh, I can't believe it. And I totally just stuck my tongue out like you guys can see me. Thank goodness we don't have a webcam. All right, so I wish you guys could see this. Everybody is going nuts in the chat. So like I said, this was absolutely probably the quietest I've ever seen an INFINii webinar. And the second we asked the question, I went bonkers. This is going to be awesome. I absolutely agree with you guys. Paris and I are super stoked about this. Very happy we're able to, take part of this. This is absolutely something that is going to change the game. Coming from a selling perspective, guys, not just a selling, coming from a buying perspective. Because we've got that unique position as INFINii members where we've been on both sides of the house.
Yeah, and just from the buying perspective alone, this is like really huge. I wish we had that. I mean, the numbers that you've seen people do on the stages, the checks that you've seen people get, just imagine if they weren't able to include figures that were not third party. Just think about it. All these figures were done with third party selling, third party purchases, and imagine if you weren't getting those third parties, imagine if you were getting a manufacturer pricing, or wholesale pricing, and then you were able to mark it up, to those third party prices. I mean, we're doing really well with that. We mark those bad boys up to those third party prices, and just think about the profits, think about that profit margin then. I mean, this is just really incredible. So from our perspective, being on both sides, like Nikki said, this is really, really huge. And you guys are really going to take advantage of this. We hope you take advantage of this, because if you don't, then you're just missing out,
Totally agree. I totally agree. So, I mean, we're very, very thankful to be in this position. Extremely excited to get this up and moving, because, guys, Q4 is coming. I mean, this couldn't have been released at a better time. This could not have been released at a better time. It's midsummer, school just got out. You're in a perfect position to set yourself up selling pieces of the year. Back to school. Kids are going back to college.
Oh, there's some great vendors.
You got Halloween. Slap yourself. Are you kidding me? Halloween's going to be nuts. All right. We just talked about the Shopkins Halloween stuff that INFINii Market has.
I can see those not lasting very long.
They totally aren't going to last. Are you kidding me? Absolutely craziness. And you've got Thanksgiving. Then you've got Christmas. You've got that whole holiday season. And like that ended.
Through February now. Through February. It doesn't stop in December. It's through February and sometimes into March.
I will say that Valentines do make me drool. And we don't even pass out Valentines, but we will sell the living daylights out of those boogers. Wow. Absolutely. We do have a Valentine distributor too.
Yeah, I know we do.
You said gooderer.
I said gooderer and gooderer.
Okay.
I'm being like you.
Okay. All right. So let's take this one step further for you guys. And how many of you all are ready for a referral link? So
Who's ready?
who's ready for
where
a
is it? Where is it?
link? All right. Oh, yeah.
Yep, there it goes. We can't even keep up. Man, this is awesome. If you guys can see this, the chat is going crazy right now.
Kim Kardashian can break the internet with her tail, and we can break the internet with a referral link. How about that?
You did not just go there. You did not just go there.
Hey, we can. People are going crazy for this referral link. It's going to be amazing. Guys, this referral link could potentially change your future.
It will definitely change your future. It will change the way you view this compensation plan if you send out that link to the right person.
Absolutely.
To the right vendor. Wow, you could be set. You could be set.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to post the referral link in this chat. All right. So this referral link is not even anywhere on INFINii.com yet. So anybody who is on this webinar, you guys will get it first, of course. So kudos for you.
Yeah, getting exclusive. How about that?
There are benefits to coming to webinars. There are
benefits to coming to webinars.
Come on, it's INFINii webinar. You never know what you're going to get out here, guys. Absolutely never know. So I would highly suggest that you all go and check out the comp plan videos from last week. All right, Hitesh and Kevin went over in great detail how the comp plan works, and I believe that last one, I think it was number 3, they went over how the INFINii market volume will the BV will be generated. Okay, so you'll basically
actually be able to see that in your back office now, shouldn't it?
Well, yeah, once it starts to move. But
yeah.
But yeah, go through those comp plan videos and get up to speed on that. Okay, make sure you know the comp plan. There's really no excuse for it now. It is super, super simple, and it is super, super awesome. All right, so make sure you go through that. All right, and then just make yourself aware of how this BV works when it comes to the market. All right, so basically you're going to generate BV off of the sales that the vendor makes. All right, so the sales that the vendor makes. If you bring in ABC company, all right, and ABC company makes these sales, your volume is based off of the sales of that company, all right, not necessarily your purchases in the marketplace, but your volume through the sales of that particular vendor that you brought in. Okay, so to get more details on that, because we're not going to cover that fully in depth right now, all right, so we wanted to cover the actual INFINii market, the meat and potatoes of the market, but highly recommend you guys. Yeah, highly recommend you guys to go watch those comp plan videos because they went over them in great depth on how the volume from the marketplace will count in your back office. All right?
It's going to be huge.
Absolutely. All right. So are you ready to give the link out?
Yeah, let's give them the link.
Or you want to make them wait a bit? Oh, no. Okay, we'll give you the link. Okay. All right. Wait, I got to find the link first. Wait a minute. I have it. No sweat, my pet. I had it. Entertain them. I'm
looking at you trying to find the link to see if you're looking in the right place.
I am looking in the right place.
All right, so while she's getting the link,
go over what they can expect once they get the link.
Okay, what can you expect? You can expect an email saying that you've sent it out to a vendor and that the vendor is going to bring you in a ton of money. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What can you expect when you get the link?
All right, so when you get this, okay, here it is. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's like live TV. Isn't it great? All right, so I'm putting this down here in the chat to everyone. All right. Bam, there it goes. I hope you all got it. All right. I'm going to actually open that up here as well. All right. Let us know in the chat if you got it. All righty. Yep. Got it. All right. So when you put that link in there, all right, notice back here, it says username. Guess what goes there? You'll never guess it.
Your username?
Very good.
Hey.
All right. So when you put this link in there, remember to change the username to your INFINii username. All right. Now, remember, if you are not a partner, this is not going to work. Okay. If you refer somebody and you are not a partner on the INFINii Commerce site, guess what?
You better join up.
Yes, join up, or you will be giving your vendor to INFINii. We don't want you to do that. Okay.
We don't need your vendor.
Yeah,
we don't.
We want you to benefit from this. Okay. We want you to benefit from this. So make sure that your partner is activated. Okay. Make sure that you have partner activated on your INFINii site. Okay. Your regular training site. And then once you do that, you'll come in here and you will put your name right here, your username, excuse me, right here where it says username. Okay. When you do that and you send this link out, your username is going to pop in right here. You are going to be that particular vendor's sponsor. Okay. So the vendor would come in here. They're going to select their username. They're going to select their username, passwords, their email, their store name, and they're going to filter. There's 4 different steps, all right? And they're very, very simple, all right? Basic information, username, password, address, phone number, reseller number. It's going to ask them about other stores that they've sold in, things like that. Very simple, basic information, all right? Once they hit submit, all right? Once they hit submit, this is what you can expect as a vendor, all right? As a vendor. You will not get instant access to the INFINii Marketplace, all right? You will have to get that approved, all right? So you can literally send somebody this link right now, all right? Approvals will start tonight, all right? And approvals are going to be pretty generic, all right? They're going to be pretty easy. If there's any questions that corporate has or that the admins have on a particular account, prior to approval, exactly. We'll reach out to the vendor. We'll ask them any questions. We'll get clarifications prior to approving them. All right. But if you've got everything covered, you've answered all of your questions, they've filled out all their information, they will get approvals tonight. All right. And when they get approvals, guess what? They can start to load their inventory immediately. All right. They can start to load their inventory immediately.
Now, make sure you do your due diligence when you're before you send this link out. Like we said before, make sure that you're giving it to a proper vendor, somebody who meets the requirements that we said to speed this process along, and also that they have the ability to upload their inventory via Excel spreadsheet, CSV file, and with picture URLs.
Okay.
Okay, so make sure that they can do that, excuse me, because that will speed things up for you all, and that will speed things up for them, okay?
Absolutely. I'm going to post this link one more time. All right, so hopefully you all got it. All right, so once again, this link is available right now. All right, so here's one more important thing that we need to cover with everybody. All right, remember, INFINii Market is being filled by vendors.
I was gonna say, we post on the INFINii page.
Yeah, we'll post a link right now, but we'll post a link out there for you guys, and it'll be in the back office as well soon. But once again, because you guys are on this webinar, you're getting access to it first.
Oh, there you go.
All right. So the way INFINii Market is going to work, all right, for the next couple of weeks, excuse me, because INFINii Market is a B2B, because our INFINii members are referring vendors, we are going to give the vendors a couple of weeks to load their products, all right? So for the time being, the INFINii vendors will have access to the INFINii Market, all right? What does that mean?
Exclusive access.
They will have exclusive access in the INFINii Market. What does that mean? That means that they're going to have uninhibited access to the market to load their products appropriately the way that they need to, all right, before we start to bring in the masses of members to start purchasing the products, all right? So this makes sense if you think about it, because once again, the INFINii Market is still the members are bringing in. If we've barely given you the link tonight, you guys are going to log in. There's not going to be anything back there for you to purchase, because you need to give your vendors time to get in there. All right. So just on the back end, guys, we've got, 50 to 100 vendors already waiting to get in. And this is prior. That's a very, very conservative number. And that's just prior to the link being released. So there's plenty of vendors that are coming out there, but remember, you're all jumping in at the same time. All right. So with that being said, take into consideration, this link is available for you all to send to your vendors. Okay. And your vendors will be able to load their products, excuse me, and get that up and moving. And then in a couple of weeks, when our vendors, when we've kind of, I don't want to say slow down, but when we've given our vendors at least a couple of weeks to load their products and get situated with their back office, because we don't want to bring a vendor in who's never used our system, and then all of a sudden, maybe he's selling Shopkins, and then you all go bonkers on him, and he's got like 10,000 orders in one day. That would be crazy, and we'd be setting them up for failure. And INFINii doesn't do that. We want to make sure that you're prepared for what you're getting yourself into. So the same thing applies to our vendors. Just some things that we can touch upon with regards to the vendors. The vendors do not need to be INFINii members, okay? They do not need to have an INFINii account, like a training account, in order to register for the vendor site, okay? So that's not necessary at this point in time.
As long as the referral person has a membership, they're good to go.
Absolutely. The INFINii vendors that you're referring right now can be international, okay? We can accept people from all over the world, all right? What that basically means is if you're in Australia and you're a vendor, of course, Australia has domestic post, so you can list your items out there and restrict your country, the country that your product can be sold to Australia. And what does that mean? You've got an eBay-like system. It's not used items, but they're new items, but you've got a system such as eBay where you can sell to people in the domestic area. Okay, so that's another part we haven't even touched on that.
And we haven't touched on a lot of things because it's
that's
also
a whole nother
Amazon type. Yeah, that is.
That's a whole nother webinar. Guys, we'll be here till midnight.
I mean, this is just, I'm stuttering right now because I don't know where to start. This thing is so huge. If you guys really understand and take advantage of the full potential of this marketplace, I mean, literally, we're doing away with whatever issues you've had selling on any of these other platforms before. We've solved those problems here. We've literally solved those problems here and have made it so that if you're anywhere in the world, you can buy and sell and promote your products all over the world. You can limit it to just your marketplace or to your country, or else you can blast it out to whatever countries you want to ship to. It's incredible. I mean, like Nikki was saying, that's a whole nother webinar, but I mean, you've just turned the marketplace into an eBay type or an eBay-esque type of a marketplace where, you're literally just pulling products and sending and selling them to your membership. And then you got the dropship potential of,
wow.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Of buying products from one place and selling them in another. I mean, this is just awesome. It's just crazy. It's just ridiculous. And
what's to keep you? Okay, a couple months ago we had our corporate team go out to Europe, right? Brian and Bill went out to Europe. They did multiple country tour.
Yeah, they did.
They've been to Greece, Bulgaria, Germany. They've been all
Poland.
Absolutely.
All
Spain. I forgot all about Poland. Sorry, Poland. Yeah, these guys went to Poland.
Hungary.
You're now putting this out there for all these people all over the world that are going to be able to use an e-commerce platform that they didn't have access to prior to. We all know eBay has got a lot of parameters on there, and Amazon that a lot of times they won't let you sell certain items, or you can't sell in certain locations, and there's all these different restrictions. And now basically you'd be able to, if you're in Greece, you'd be able to go to other Greek suppliers that, just regular mom and pop stores or someone who may be making these really cool items downtown. You'll be able to go to them. You'll be able to get them into the marketplace, and, they'd be able to sell their items to other people in their area. Remember, just because you sell on the marketplace does not mean that you have to sell globally. You can pick and choose the countries that you sell to. So if you're in Greece and you only want to sell Greece, what would you do? You only select Greece on your products.
Only select Greece. I mean, you choose. We are giving the power back to the vendors, and we're allowing we're not putting restrictions or parameters on what you can do, where you can sell. The only thing that we're controlling for you is making sure that the price that you set is what it stays as, and it doesn't go lower than that. It can go higher, but it will never go lower than that, so that your product integrity stays maintained.
Absolutely, guys. So, we're going almost an hour and a half. So we're going to touch upon a couple of questions and do a quick recap. All right, guys. So, INFINIiMarket.com, of course, is the website. When you log in, there's going to be a pop-up box that jumps in your face. It's going to ask you for a login. There is a customer side and a vendor side to that login. in. You, as an INFINii member, will log into the customer side. However, you will not be able to log in today, all right? We have the vendors with exclusive access to the site for the next couple of weeks so that they can get their products in, all right? We've sent you the referral link. We'll post it one more time, and we'll put it in the back office as well. That referral link is open and ready to go right now. Remember, take that link, add your username to the end of it right here. All right, make sure you add your username right here. When you add your username in there, your name will pop up right here. Well, not your name, but your username, okay? And that shows that that vendor has you as their INFINii sponsor, all right? If you guys watch those comp plan videos from last week, you'll know that these vendors that are popping in INFINii Market will show in your genealogy on your INFINii commerce site, okay? So these are gonna actually be coded to you, all right? So make sure that you are out there putting your username on the referral link. Please don't send it out blankly because it's gonna pop out with the admin.
And I'm just going to piggyback on that really quick with this one point. Don't be that member that is procrastinated with this link and didn't give the vendor that you referred the information that they needed to help get in. And when this site goes live in a few weeks, your vendor is not in there and sales are coming through the marketplace like crazy.
The worst case, your vendor's in there with someone else because someone else got to them first.
And somebody else is either getting all of your BV or else you're not getting any BV because your vendor's not in there. So make sure that you do what you need to do. If you got to rewatch this webinar, definitely do that. Pump that link out.
Absolutely. And this is not going to be, this is just your introduction webinar, guys. We're just scratching the surface here.
Yeah, there's more.
We haven't even gotten into depth with this stuff just yet. You know, expect another email to come out from corporate that's giving you another webinar time. All right. So we're going to have webinars specifically for vendors. Okay. Because we don't want to bore you as a customer if you've got no, thought process of being a vendor at all. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're gonna make sure that the vendors are trained, they know how to use their system. We're gonna go over it with the customers, which are gonna be you guys, to make sure that you know what to look for, that you know how to use the system, how to approach INFINii Market. Remember, drop shipping, bulk orders, which are good for FBA. Remember, the free shipping items, the items that are low cost, items that you can sell on the third-party sites, the Shopify sites, those things go crazy when you've got free shipping or when you've got a low-cost item and you're making the money on the shipping part. There's so many different nuances that you can run through your business that, INFINii Market will just help boost you in there. We've gone over some bulk sales, that Buff Baby rattle thing. That's a bulk sale that you can instantly send into Amazon and make money probably the same day, because the rank was very good. All right, so there's going to be more training, guys. This is just an introduction. We just wanted to show this to you all. We wanted you all to know that this is 100% real. We've been working our tails off. INFINii has been bending over backwards to get this marketplace out to you guys, all right? We're making waves in the industry big time in ways that I don't even think everyone really realizes.
And there is just so much more to come to this. I mean, we keep saying we're scratching the surface. We have not even begun to show you all the bells and whistles that you have with INFINii Market and some other things that will work in conjunction with it. It's going to be
it's going to be crazy.
It's going to be super crazy.
It's going to be crazy. So, we've got a couple of questions in here. One of them was, if you've already submitted a vendor a few months ago with that referral link in the back office, do you still need to give them a link? You can give them a link if you'd like. We will be sending out the referral links or your individual referral links to those vendors as well. So either way, if they've already signed up, then guess what? They won't use the second link. Okay, so they'll be out there. A couple of people have questions as far as, how should they approach a vendor?
Okay. Approaching vendors. Again, we'll have to put out a training video for that.
I agree.
We'll have to put out a video for that, because
maybe give them a real quick snippet. Like, how would you come out and say, hey, look, we have INFINii Market, come sign up? No.
Yeah, no.
Some of the things that we tend to tell our vendors, we let them know that it's, I'm having a brain fart.
what you want to do when you're going to target vendors is you want to first let them know that find out where they're selling now, where they're selling, if they have an e-commerce presence. And if they don't, or if they do, it doesn't really matter, because when you invite them into to join the marketplace, what you're doing is you're giving them an opportunity to sell in a totally different on a totally different platform, but in a totally different I want to say universe, but we'll change that. We'll say in a totally different marketplace, okay, where you have the Amazon buyers and so on and so forth, and you have all those people that buy and that buy on Amazon or do business on Amazon or eBay. We're giving them a totally separate market to target, okay, a target market. And that target market consists of over 250,000 professional businesses that are looking to source products, okay? So you're going to want to let these vendors know that you have the ability to put them in a market where they haven't touched before. They're going to get brand new sales, okay? We're not talking about retargeting the sales that they're making or pulling sales, robbing Peter to pay Paul, taking sales from their Amazon accounts or their eBay accounts. We're talking about giving them a totally different avenue to make sales. And that's really what the marketplace is going to do for the vendors. It's going to give them a totally different avenue to make sales. If they are selling on Amazon or eBay, they're paying fees. They're not going to have to pay those high fees.
They will pay a fee, but it's not going to be as high as the eBays and the Amazons, of course.
That's correct. It won't be as high. Also, a selling point is the fact that MSRP and MAP pricing will be maintained. They control that, okay? They control the MSRP and MAP pricing. So if they have a product that they want to sell and they say, I do not want it sold under this price, it will not be sold under that price.
Absolutely. And another couple of points, we had a manufacturer, and we spoke with her about a week ago, I guess it was.
Mm-hmm.
She had a particular item and it was selling really, really well, but she was doing all the legwork for it. And she was a regular business owner. She had her own business. I believe it was like a beauty business or a beauty supply business, something like that. So she was already running a brick and mortar business, and she did not have the bandwidth as a small business owner to push this product. So the way that we approached her, we said, okay, hey, look, our membership base are professionally trained on how to sell on various e-commerce platforms. Let them do the work for you. They will market your product. They'll do the advertising for your product. They'll ship your product. They'll do whatever they need to do to get your product out there. The only thing they ask from you is a good price. Sell it to them at a good price. Give them a good product at a good price, and they'll do all the work for it, okay? When we told her that, she was sold. She was absolutely sold, okay? We even gave her some other tips and tricks that she could do to get her item, even more well out there and well known out there in the world, okay? And that was, some private packaging and stuff like that, just some little pieces. So guys, these are some of the people that you should be going to. I don't care where you are in the world, there are business owners. There are people that are manufacturing, making their own products, anything. If you're in a big city, in the US somewhere, just for instance, and I guarantee you it's probably the same way in other countries as well. There's wholesale districts. There's discount districts, we're in Houston. There's a whole district that's called Harwood. Sorry for anybody in Houston that doesn't, get out there, but there you go. If you're in Houston, you better get to Harwood and get those people. All right. But there's, in Dallas, you've got a wholesale district. In California, New York, you've got wholesale districts
all over the world.
You need to be attacking these people, okay? Not attacking them in a bad way, okay? But go out there and just let them know, hey, look, I'm part of a network of business owners that are just like me. We sell products online. Let them know that you're an Amazon seller, okay? That shouldn't scare them. What that does is it builds up a respect because you know how Amazon works. Okay, you know how Amazon works. You know how not to drop prices. You know how to stay competitive, but still allow the manufacturer or the vendor to make money. Okay, so make sure that you're pushing that stuff out there. Okay, guys. Like I said, we can we can go on for another couple of hours, but
yeah, you.
woo, yes.
This-
Okay, so we will have it. We'll have some more information for you guys. Okay, there's a sales video that Kevin is working on. All right, that will be out there pretty quick. All right, so there's a sales video. There's additional documents or material that you guys can hand out. All right, to get this information, because we know that this is a new concept. It's a new it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a new concept for the vendors that you're going to encounter, because it was new for a lot of the ones that we've encountered. I mean, some of the major name vendors, manufacturers were like, "What? You guys are getting ready to revolutionize the world with this. This is something we've never seen before, and it's because of our business model. It's because of the marketplace business model, and the business model is we are giving them a totally separate network to sell their products on. And not only are we doing that, but we're cutting out Amazon and all of the hassle that comes with Amazon. Most manufacturers don't want their stuff sold on Amazon, but they have to deal with it. It's like a necessary evil because of the sales potential of Amazon products. However, Amazon will be the first one to drop their product down below MSRP or MAP pricing. And then they'll sell it so that the manufacturer can't even make money.
Yep.
Just to move a product. And a lot of these companies don't want to deal with Amazon. They just don't want to sell on Amazon. They don't want to deal with Amazon. Some are Amazon biased. The moment you say Amazon, they're just going to shut you down because they're thinking that you're just like Amazon. And we're not. We're nothing like Amazon.
We are taking the power back. We are taking the e-commerce power back from the Amazon beast. Okay, we are taking that power back. All right, so we are putting it back into the hands of the sellers and the manufacturers. And this is the first start. INFINii Market is revolutionizing the way this is working. Everybody, I mean, guys, I wish you guys could be bugs on the wall. All right, when we're talking to some of these people, it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So we do have a couple of questions that someone's asking about, if you bring a vendor in, are you responsible for them? Essentially, you're not responsible for them 100%, but you need to be sure that you're picking quality vendors. You don't want to bring crap into the marketplace, because it's not going to bring you any money. And
they're not going to last long, because we also have a internal system that if they're not doing anything and they're just taking up space, we will remove them. So you want to bring in quality vendors. If you're going to target somebody, if you're going to waste your time to target somebody, make sure that they have products that are going to make you money.
Absolutely, guys. So once again, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it off at this. We will have another webinar. We will let the powers to be plan that one for you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
It will be soon.
It will definitely be soon. I will say this, that you guys get ready for a Friday webinar, because it's going to be another good one. There's going to be some more great things in that webinar. You really don't want to miss this Friday webinar. It's not about the marketplace. However, I'm sure there'll be some points that will be touched on as far as the marketplace is concerned, and some other things. And
some training materials and stuff will be releasing as well for the market, for your vendors as well. So we'll make sure that that's out there.
I will give you this little tidbit of information, that there will be a benefit to you guys that show up for that webinar on Friday. So make sure that you're there, because you will get something that you will definitely appreciate and you'll definitely be able to use.
Ooh, is it what I think it is?
Yes, it is.
Make sure you're there on Friday.
Make sure you're there on Friday.
Make sure you're there on Friday for sure. So guys, we'll just recap one more time. We gave you the link. Make sure you change your link, please. Okay. Make sure you change the username. Send that out. If you have any questions, you don't have to send it out tonight. If you have questions, then hold off on it. All right. It's not going anywhere. All right. We are not going anywhere. We're just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All right. So we're not going anywhere. There's no rush. You're not going to lose anything by not getting your vendors in 2 seconds. All right. So you've got some time. But prepare yourself, get your elevator speech ready, get all of that together. Make sure you register for the webinar on Friday. I'm sure the link will be out there fairly soon. Keep in mind, once again, tonight is for the vendors. Vendors will have access in there right now. Okay, and vendors will have exclusive access to the INFINii market for at least the next couple of weeks. That way, that they can get their inventory in there, and then when you, the members, log in, you actually have a wide selection of items to go after. Excuse me. The product is available worldwide. Okay, it's available globally, so it's not just limited to the U.S. Make sure you're getting your vendors in there from all over the place. All right, and hey, just rock this out, guys. Get ready. There's a lot more coming down the pipeline. A lot more training. Remember, there's a sales video coming for this particular INFINii market that's going to help you in pushing it out to your vendors. But remember, we didn't want to continue to hold on to this awesomeness for too much longer because we're going to pop. All right, we're going to pop. And we're glad that we got this information to you guys. We hope you enjoyed the webinar. You want to close anything out?
And just know that we're not going to leave you guys hanging. We do have those other videos coming out to help you guys out with targeting your vendors, and we'll get that out fairly soon. Not going to put a date on it, but we will get it out to you guys fairly soon. I know, like Nikki said, Kev is working on those, and I'll be working on them with Kevin as well. So we'll be getting those videos out to you guys to help you guys with this process. And, you know, you guys just keep being great, keep being great, keep doing what you're doing, keep bringing people in, showing people, sharing this amazing, amazing opportunity with, everybody you come in contact with, because it's only going to get better for you, only going to get better. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. And on behalf of the corporate team, we wish you guys well and good night.
Absolutely. And keep an eye out for the INFINii fan page for a nice little message out there, and let us know what you thought of the webinar and if you're excited and if you're stoked. All right. So we're going to close this out. Thank you all for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. We're super excited, and we hope you are as well.
Don't forget the Friday webinar. It's going to be huge.